The face of depression isn't emo music, dark eyeliner, black and white photography, sad lyrics, or haunting cellos. It's not insomnia, alcoholism, crying, missing a loved one, or screaming at the walls at 4 a.m. It's not seeking attention, feeling sad all the time, staying in bed, or binge watching all of Frasier on Netflix for the third time this year, despite the fact that it's only April. Most depression happens behind closed doors, hidden away behind the happy face, jokes, and deception. Which makes Ghost Giant, a game filled to the brim with cute cartoon characters living in an Animal Crossing-like world, the perfect facade for such a serious issue, and tackles the topic of depression in one of the most realistic and emotional ways I've ever seen.
Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Okay, let's get to it. This field won't clear itself.
In a similar vein as Moss or Along Together, Ghost Giant puts you in control of a towering presence that has the ability to manipulate the world for your little protagonist. However, unlike those games, you have no direct control over your new friend Lewis. Instead, it's your job to see what he needs and help him out whenever possible, which essentially makes Ghost Giant a puzzle game. And although there are a few head scratchers that'll take a little time to figure out, most of what you'll be doing over the course of the 3-hour adventure is pulling levers, turning cranks, and tearing off the walls and roofs of buildings to get a better look inside. Usually, you'll receive a little piece of the puzzle, and pretty frequently I found myself beginning to solve puzzles that had barely presented themselves yet. In other words, nothing here should hold you up terribly long, if at all. That said, the town of Sandcourt is just a fun place to pull apart and search for hidden collectibles. Basketballs, hats, glowworms, and pinwheels are all hiding in each chapter. So although Ghost Giant delivers a short, linear narrative, the stage select screen gives you easy access to the collectibles you've missed, and a pretty fun reason to go back and spend more time in the world.
Have a nice day. Excuse me.
And this world is one you'll never want to leave. Ghost Giant might be the most visually stunning PlayStation VR game yet, with its crisp and clear tearaway-inspired papercraft environments, bright, vibrant art style, and adorable cast of characters seemingly ripped straight out of the last Animal Crossing game. But as I alluded to earlier, this is a pretty dark game, and most of these characters have real-life issues to contend with. Work, bills, friendship, loneliness, and especially depression are themes that run rampant. And without giving anything away, for the first time ever I had to pull my PlayStation VR headset off at one point and wipe the tears from my eyes. It's an emotional story, and if you've ever dealt with depression or know someone who has, this game will resonate with you at some point or another. And Ghost Giant uses every tool at its disposal to deliver the feels. The soundtrack is simply so heartfelt, it manages to entwine itself into every emotional beat of the game, and gets its claws deeper and deeper into you as the story progresses. But ultimately it's the voice actors, Lewis especially, that deliver such a practically perfect performance, walking that fine line between being an over-the-top cartoon character and a real person with real emotions that make every scene a memorable one.
Do you have a name? It's okay, you don't have to talk. I actually was a late talker. My mom told me so. I was completely quiet, and then one day, out of the blue, I said, "Potato!" That's kind of weird, huh?
Ghost Giant is honestly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It tells its story in a way I've never seen before, playing with scale when appropriate and giving you just enough to do to feel involved, but never too much where you start thinking that you have any control over the story, because often feeling helpless is exactly what the game wants you to feel. I'm sure if I tried, I could complain about click turning or the game's length, but those aren't the things you'll remember when you take off the headset. Ghost Giant dared to do something different, and in doing so, became one of my favorite PlayStation VR games yet.
That tickles! Oh dear. I should plant the seeds before it starts to rain. The key. Where's the key? I'm sure I had it in my pocket. Oh no. Maybe I lost it by the lake. Or in the forest. Or in the house. Ugh. I always lose that thing. It feels so stupid. I'll go inside and look for it. Perhaps you could look for it here?